What's up, YouTubers? It's Friday, finally, but it's raining yet again. Awesome. Anyways, I wanted to make a video to talk about one way that you can make money. Being a bunch of broke investors, we need ways to make more money aside from our normal 9-to-5 job. And I want to share a way to make money, one that I'm familiar with, that I dealt with, I'd say maybe up to 3 years ago. I was doing it for multiple years. I have since stopped, but the idea behind it is still the same. And I'm talking about making additional money buying and selling cell phones. So a lot of people, unfortunately, now are doing this, and a lot of retail stores are also buying phones. But I believe there's still opportunity for someone to make a reasonable amount of money if they spend the time and the effort to make on this. So I'm just going to start with the idea behind it. So where would you find these cell phones? I would honestly, although everyone hates it and doesn't trust it, I would recommend Craigslist. Because you have to think of it this way. The people selling their phones on Craigslist more than likely have no idea what the value of their phone is. More than likely have no idea that there's stores that will buy their phone, things like that. They're still living in the Stone Age, and they think Craigslist is the way to sell their phone. Another advantage is the people that are buying and selling phones now, they're more than likely not on Craigslist. They're on the Facebook marketplaces. So starting with Craigslist as the purchase point for phones is a great idea, because you're typically dealing with the older generation that just wants to get rid of their phone. You're also, unfortunately, dealing with a bunch of scam artists that want your money for doing nothing. So you have to be careful, but I make sure these people, I try to text with these people. I get all the information I can from these people. So when you buy your phone, especially nowadays, the first thing you have to ask is, does that phone have a clean ESN? If it doesn't have a clean ESN, then right off the bat, you can pretty much cut what you were going to pay that into like 1/4 if you still want to buy it. Keep in mind, you can still buy a phone and sell a phone with it, if it doesn't have a clean ESN, but you need to notify the seller of that as well. Obviously they're probably just going to buy it for parts in that scenario. But that would be the first question, because right off the bat, if it doesn't have a clean ESN, it may change your mind if you didn't want the phone. Obviously, the older people, when you ask them, does it have a clean ESN, they're like, what the hell are you talking about? You have to explain to them how to locate the ESN number, and then when you get the ESN number, you can look it up online, you can call a number, blah, blah, blah. So I think at this point you would understand how to do that. Now it's pouring out. Awesome. So great. I love Friday commutes in the rain. So anyway, Craigslist. Obviously, a lot of people too, they sell, old ass phones, which you can't buy in the stores nowadays. So But I think most phone retailers, cellular companies, force you to buy a data plan now. That being the case, if the old ass phone does not have the data option, I don't think anyone's really gonna want it. So you're better off limiting those old phones that you want to buy. Probably stick with smartphones, but you know, and I wouldn't set a limit on, aside from the whole clean ESN thing. I would buy broken phones, I would buy new phones, I would buy used phones, whatever, and then you buy it for cheap. They'll take whatever the hell you want to give them in most cases. Obviously, I recommend also meeting in a public place, assuming, I would always text with this person too. So usually Craigslist communication would be through an email. Once you're emailing, ask them to start texting you. Once you see the text and it's a number, within your area, it's not some freaking 800 number or some scam 999 area code or something. If it's an area code you recognize and they're talking kind of normal, then I would say it's good. If you're interested, make them an offer, meet in a public place. But yeah, don't limit yourself on what kind of phones. Just search cell phone, and when they give you the exact name of the cell phone, things like that, the version, the whatever. I think most cell phones are unlocked nowadays as well, so you don't have to worry about the whole carrier thing. But look up that phone on eBay, see how much it's sold for, offer about half of that, and go from there. The reason you have to offer half is not only you can't automatically expect that you're going to sell that cell phone for that exact price, along with the fees. The eBay charges fees, PayPal charges fees. You may offer free shipping, so you may have to pay for the free shipping. So, not to mention the cost of your time also matters. So you have to take in all those factors. So sometimes you'll make your money when you buy the more expensive phones, because if you get a deal on them, the payout will be worth it. But anyway, yeah, Craigslist, it's still up. It has an app. It has a website. Still works. People use it. So why not try to buy people's cell phones from Craigslist and sell them on eBay? I have only used eBay. I have not used Amazon, so I'm not going to recommend selling on Amazon. But from what I understand, it's just as fine. But I'm not sure if it's as good as eBay or as easy as eBay to just set it up. But yeah, make sure also, when listing on eBay, you have to mention everything. Just because you took a picture of every part of the phone, if there's a crack or a ding or anything, mention it in the details. You cannot expect the person looking at the picture to realize that it's there. So when they get the phone and they see that, they're not going to be happy. A lot of people that buy on eBay are a pain in the ass. So you need to make sure your description is on point, because you need to cover your ass. If you're gonna offer refunds, that's on you, but keep in mind that that's more work, that's more time and effort. If you become big, then refunds might be worth it. But honestly, if you're small time and you're just starting off, it's easier to just make sure to explain exactly what you're selling, everything that's wrong with the phone, etc., and just not offer refunds. And you just hope that they're happy and they're not gonna bitch about it and dispute it with eBay. But if they do dispute it with eBay and you covered all your facts, then you have nothing to worry about. But should eBay give them the case, then whatever, it is what it is. But just a side fact, people are a pain in the ass. So when you sell your phone, you need to mention everything. You need to talk about everything. And if you don't know, you need to mention that. If they ask a question you don't know, you need to mention that. All these questions are tracked as well, so that's important information. Another way to buy and sell phones is the Facebook Marketplace. Obviously, this is where you'll find the more experienced people. However, you don't even need to use the marketplace. You could just post it on your own personal Facebook, and it's likely that those people on your Facebook are not on those marketplaces. So maybe those people message you, oh, I got an old cell phone I just want to get rid of, give me $50. Boom. But you can also go to the marketplaces. Obviously, the people, again, that sell on the marketplaces and are looking to buy in the marketplaces, it's going to be more aggressive, so you won't get as many deals, but you can still make money, because the people that are buying from the marketplaces are not necessarily giving them a master offer, so it's still worth it. Not as much as Craigslist or the old school ways. Aside from Craigslist, even just talking to people at work, talking to family members. You guys have any old cell phones you want to get rid of? Go from there. But you can eventually make a decent business, income from this if you stay consistent with it. The reason I quit is basically it was the time when the stores started to buy every cell phone for a pretty good deal too, and I just didn't want to compete with it, so it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth my time. Nowadays, the stores aren't even selling all of those type of phones anymore, and iPhones are selling for over $1,000. I'm sure other smartphones are too, so a lot of people are going to want to buy used phones that are only available on eBay. So I think there's a good market for this now. So more tips for eBay sellers that I have learned. Yes, free shipping sticks out to people, so makes sense for you to just do it. Overprice it a little more, or only accept offers, taking that into consideration. Keep in mind, if you do free shipping, you should probably stay within your own country, because you don't want to get totally ripped off with that price. Because another thing is, I always do like offer priority shipping, which is usually around 2 days, so people like that. Another thing, if you're going to do a buy it now, obviously you want to accept offers, so your buy it now price should be higher than what you're willing to accept. So start with a high number. You can also block out lowball offers. Those come a lot. I'm sure they came a lot years ago. I'm sure now there's all scammers everywhere. So I would automatically block out an offer that you're not going to accept. Buy it now with accept offers with an automatic rejection of lowball offers. And if you're going to auctioning is fun, but it's also scary. The problem with auctioning is you don't know what they're going to pay. So whatever price it goes for, that's it. Yeah, you can set a cap, but keep in mind, when you set a cap, like this is the lowest you're willing to accept, you're paying more fees on that to eBay. So the beauty of the auction is the lower fee. So if you're doing an auction, you gotta be willing to know that this is gonna sell for a good price. If you don't know that, then just do the buy it now. Also keep in mind the busiest times that you want to start the auction, because obviously you're going to start it, it's going to end 7 days later. You want it to end on the busiest time. From what I remember, I think the busiest times were like Monday and Tuesday around like dinner time, something like that. But it's probably changed. You'd have to Google it. It's all available online, that information. But yeah, I would, if you're looking to make a few more bucks, buy and sell cell phones. Why the hell not? I think it's still worth it. I think the stores are still ripping people off when they buy used phones. That's if they even offer those old phones. So go for it. Some people don't want to deal with the stores when they sell their phones, so they'd rather deal with you. Just get quick cash, you know? Nothing on record. Half the stores are giving you store credit anyway. Who the hell wants store credit? Not me. Anyway, I hope this video helps some people. If it does, please leave a comment. Let me know how you do. If you do this already, let me know how it's working for you. It's something that I should consider getting back into, which, you know, I may or may not, so I can use the profits and buy more stocks. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. It's still raining. Off to work. See you later.